comfortable. It is likely to still be at least a Category 3 hurricane, making its way very close to Jamaica, maybe even over sections of Jamaica, mainly over the southern parishes as we move through the day on Wednesday. Rainfall will be accompanied by strong winds going through the day on Wednesday.
Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. It's a girl and Isabel Rose. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks to returning subscribers. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notification bell on, put it on all so you won't miss an upload from me. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. So in this one, my people, Jamaica prepares for Beryl, the hurricane, my people. And we have learned from the Met Office that it is currently a Category 5, should downgrade to a 3 by the time it gets to Jamaica on Wednesday. And my people, we are showing some clippings and pictures where we're seeing Jamaicans trying to prepare as much as possible for this Category 3 hurricane, my people.
Hurricane Beryl continues to move on a path that takes it in the direction of Jamaica. It has strengthened in the past few hours, and so it is now a Category 5 hurricane continuing to move toward Jamaica. It is expected to weaken a bit because conditions are not very favorable for further strengthening in the next few hours going through the day today, Tuesday, July 2. However, it may not sufficiently decrease in strength for us to feel complacent or to feel comfortable. It is likely to still be at least a Category 3 hurricane, making its way very close to Jamaica, maybe even over sections of Jamaica, mainly over the southern parishes as we move through the day on Wednesday. Rainfall will be accompanied by strong winds going through the day on Wednesday. We will also experience very strong storm surge coming in on our coastal areas, and that is all because the system is going to be in our area on Wednesday. It will most likely be a Category 3, and for a frame of reference, Hurricane Gilbert, when it passed over us in 1988, was also a Category 3 hurricane. Of course, we have seen the images of the devastation that took place. Hopefully it will not be anywhere near that because we are much better prepared at this time. But we have to step up on our preparation, make sure that we are ready to face something that is so dangerous and so impactful on our island. Work together and make sure that we get through this together. We are able to do this because we've been getting the information, and the information will continue to be fed to you by the Meteorological Service and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Pay attention to all the releases coming out that are credible. And if you want to get the latest bulletin by your phone, dial 116, just 116. It's a toll-free number. You'll be able to get the latest bulletin coming out of the Meteorological Service, and it is always being updated every 3 hours as we issue these bulletins.
And many of you who watch this channel, if you are born in the whole 60s, 50s, 70s, even in the 80s, you will remember that whole Gilbert that happened in 1988, and we're seeing the head of the Met Office basically comparing this Beryl to what devastation can happen as a result of what happened in Gilbert time of people. And some people, last year, November 2023, we had seen the government approve $1.4 billion for constituency-based mitigation and cleanup program in response to damage that occurred due to heavy rains. And Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who announced that in Parliament, outlined that the program will allocate $22 million for each constituency to undertake minor civil works and public sanitization, which he said becomes necessary at the end of hurricane season. He noted that the program will implement targeted interventions with the following key priority rankings: the reopening of blocked roads, cleaning of critical drains which have now been heavily silted, patching of main thoroughfares, construction of new structures such as retaining walls, small river training if you can do that. The Prime Minister had further noted that the aim is to have members of Parliament execute minor road rehabilitations, and that allocation would have been $10 million. And some people, it seems as if those money has just been dispersed since the revelation of this Hurricane Beryl. And some people are holding a cleanup project are going on right now as we speak, and both sides of the fence, the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party, along with their councillors and members of Parliament, are seen out there, my people, basically cleaning drains, gullies, sandy gullies, you name it. And my people, better late than never. But I'm going to hear from the Minister of Local Government, Desmond McKenzie.
Their drain cleaning preparations, as funds have been made available to all municipal corporations to undertake mitigation exercises across the country, and I can say that they have been responding in a very positive way. There are some critical areas that we have identified where persons who are physically challenged are living. We do have a list, and Minister Charles earlier today spoke about that, but the municipal corporations have now issued instructions that these persons must be found, and the necessary arrangements are being made to take them to the necessary locations that are being provided in the respective parishes. I must say to the country that the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management will be able to communicate to the country during the period of the hurricane, after the hurricane. The communication system that was jointly funded by the Japanese government and Jamaica will be fully utilized during this period of the hurricane. I think this is a game changer for Jamaica. It's the first time in the history of Jamaica that we will have a telecommunication system that will cover the entire island during, after, and going forward. We have already identified the areas where we are saying to the public, places like Port Maria, other areas we have put up early warning systems. I want to give the country the assurance that the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management is in a position to respond, and to respond positively to any outcome that faces us over the next couple of hours. The Jamaica Fire Brigade, one of our first respondents, has been provided with the necessary resources. They have had new equipments that will allow them to offer the kind of response services that will be required at this time. The trucks received recently by the National Solid Waste Management Authority, especially those 8 tipper trucks and the cranes, couldn't come at a better time. 10 trucks. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jamaicans, as the minister with responsibility for disaster preparedness, the country is in good hands. We have done the work. We'll be able to respond, and respond in a timely manner. Our shelters, once we are given the green light, we will activate the 870 shelters that is situated across the country. Relief supplies have been already secured. Our parish disaster coordinators are in a state of readiness. Our shelter managers are also in a state of readiness. I'm going to ask the country to be ready to work with us, to work with themselves, to ensure that we minimize the effects of the pending hurricane. We can only succeed if we work collectively to overcome the obstacles that we face over the next couple of days. I urge Jamaicans to be ready, prepared, and be aware.